Khan, Shalom, first and foremost. All right, and praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakodas. The honors to the elders, the honors to the apostles, preaching and teaching us this word of truth, and with sincerity as always. Okay, and in this lesson, we're just going to get into the mark of the beast. Mark of the beast, whatever you call it. I want to call it. I'll start there. Yeah, we're just going to speak on the mark of the beast. We spoke on the third woe. But before the third woe happens, remember, mark of the beast has to come. Hence why this whole Iran and U.S. versus Israel war ain't going to escalate that much. But yeah, call hello, you may hold bless from sure, because that's a big deal. Iran getting attacked like that, for Iran to react, heavy fire artillery, or have their heavy arsenal they have, and they hit a lot of strategic targets. Actually hit a lot of strategic targets, and Iran is actually pretty big. It's a pretty big piece of land, so that U.S. isn't really gonna take them down like easily, and I don't believe they're gonna take them down after what after the information brothers brought out, and correcting myself. Yeah, they ain't telling you how Iran is also fucking the U.S. up. Trump actually wanted to stop. Trump actually thought that Iran wasn't gonna fight back, or basically bitch out, but they haven't. They ain't even trying to talk on the table, and that's what Trump miscalculated. He thought they were gonna want peace, but that was his mistake. And so Iran's actually showing that it has some power. But sticking to the topic, this is Revelation 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. So this is what's going to happen before it fully escalates, goes nuclear. Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Yeah, what you're going to see is Esau's trying to be like the Most High, basically. You can't talk about the mark of the beast without mentioning how this devil's trying to be like the Most High, and bringing out that precept in Isaiah 14 that mentions that, how Esau's trying to be like the Most High Yahweh. But yeah, this was going to happen. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That's what this devil was going to try to do. As the scriptures say, he 2 Thessalonians 2. Those lying wonders. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9. Even him who's coming is after working. Him there is talking about this devil Esau, who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Yes, so that's going into Esau, blind wonders. 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. 11. For this cause God shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. Yep. 12. And that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Yeah, God shall send them a strong delusion. That's going to be for them to take this mark of the beast. Because they hate the Most High. They hate His laws and His ways. So the Lord's damned them has them set for a particular destruction, judgment. And this is 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. Yeah, and ultimately it's Esau deceiving these people who think that Esau is going to have their best interests, that America is where it's at. America has their best interests, their dreams and all that, and things going back to normal when the shit hits the fan through this economy that the Lord is going to bring an economic collapse. And then they're going to want to run to their daddy Esau to get saved. But guess what? This place is already set for destruction, so that doesn't matter. It might get back to normal for a minute. Just for a minute, but it's the next thing you know, Russia's going to shoot a missile up here, man. Up in this bitch. So I was looking at the brother's channel here. Yeah, that's Satan. So anyway, man, on back to this. And Satan's, I noticed that too. Satan's attacking me right now, man. Hey, I'm pretty sure he's attacking all you brothers, bro. But that's what's going on right now, Satan and shit. He's not important though. This is what it says right here. I saw this from the brother. He posted this from Akraya. Akraya, that's his brother's channel. This is his channel. And get a lot of my articles from this brother here, wherever this person's channel is. This could be a sister, I don't know, but anyway, they posted this New York bill will require all operating systems to verify the ages of their users. This was a screenshot, and I got the link over here. So, amen to what are you about from the side, man, that we have this truth. Right. This truth, and that we're not bugged out, we're not lost. We're not in one of these camps that ain't teaching about this, or we ain't stuck in the fake ass Christian church. You got one across the street, and shit, singing and dancing all over there. And thank you, the water how much from side we're not in one of those courts. But yeah, because this is this bill they're not speaking on. This right here, the Senate bill S.H. 102A 2025-2026 legislative session relates to requiring manufacturers of internet-enabled devices to conduct age assurance to determine a user's age category. So this is a bill to basically give them more control. That's what its purpose is, to lead them closer to an all monitored society where we can see all these people have their thoughts, what their activities, what they gotta do, hate speech, what they say. To shut up if you say something. They don't. It's not according to their standard. They'll kill you, track you, shut you off, turn you off. Comments deemed off-topic, commercial. It says open legislation is a forum for New York State legislation. All comments are subject to review, and community moderation is encouraged. Comments deemed off. Comments deemed off-topic, commercial, campaign-related, self-promotional, or that contain profanity, hate, or toxic speech, or that link to sites outside domain are not permitted. And that's what the mark of the beast is going to be about as well. That's what this law here is about as well. It's going to start with them wanting to verify your age in every single app, every little thing, having your identification, but that's just a gradualism. And then so they can take it up a level, and then want to chip you. This article: Walgreens testing body-worn cameras for employees. Yep, March 4th, 2026. Some Walgreens employees are now wearing body-worn cameras as part of a pilot program the company says is aiming at improving safety inside its stores. In a statement to News 12, a Walgreens spokesperson said Walgreens is piloting the voluntary use of body-worn cameras in select stores to help promote the safety of both customers and the team members. Body cameras can help de-escalate conflicts, ultimately contributing to a safer environment for everyone, and that's a lie. Okay, this is really leading to it's really leading to a surveillance state. Yeah, that's the word, surveillance state. This is the rollout comes amid broader concerns about surveillance and privacy in retail spaces. Earlier this week, the New York City Council held a hearing focused on the use of biometric technology by major retailers, including Wegmans and Macy's. Yeah. That's pretty much the point on that one. And Jake doesn't know what's going on, man. Jake doesn't have a clue of what's about to happen. Well, what's about to pop off. It's Revelation 2 and 10. Do not be afraid of what you are about to suffer. I tell you, the devil will put some of you in prison to test you, and you will suffer persecution for 10 days. Be thou faithful, and even to the point of death, and I will give you life, the crown of life, your life, or life as your victor's crown. It's the NIV. So anyway, the life as victor's crown, yeah. So the devil's gonna put some of us in prison, some of the elected into prison. It could be a lot of the elect, or some of the elect. We don't know. The Lord's going to make this prophecy happen. Lord, also some of the elect may be killed. And I believe personally, first the persecution is going to happen, or they grab us up, or certain of us up, and then after that, while that happens, I believe the mark of the beast is. By then, I believe the mark of the beast is already going to be brought out, and then just shortly after that, that's when the first missile is going to be shot here. I believe Russia's going to shoot a missile here. And he may just start with Grand Rapids here, Michigan here, man. Michigan. I believe it. But we'll see. Lord's will. And this is Revelation 3 and verse. I'm going to get verse 10. Since you have kept my command and to endure patiently, I will also keep you from the hour of trial that is going to come on the whole world to test the inhabitants of the earth. Yeah, everybody is going to be tested, whether you're in this truth or not. It's just it's just the ones in the truth are catching their hell right now. But you people that's been in the world fucking around, okay, jacking off to your mama, you're going to be tried too, man. You're going to be caught up next in the Lord's unsafety net. God. And this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. That's chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be rebuked. And that's who's been getting rebuked right now, Esau. And since he's getting rebuked, we're speaking against him, we're speaking loudly against him, against who he is. He ain't gonna want that. He doesn't like that. Because you got the elect waking up. He doesn't want any of the elect that understand who this devil is to be here. Anyone that speaks out against this devil, he's going to eliminate. But it's not going to work. Once again, his plan is not going to. He's not going to make it all the way. For who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called Yahweh, or that is worshipped, so that he as Yahweh sitteth in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is Yahweh. This is Isaiah 14. That's also in Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14, verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend unto heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. The stars there are the Israelites. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. That's what this devil is speaking about. This devil right now, these elites right now in power right now, who are wanting and dreaming about doing this. To become like the Most High. This article here came out March 3rd. So not that long ago. It's entitled Meta's AI display glasses reportedly share intimate videos with human moderators. The company's terms of service allow AI automation by workers in Kenya and elsewhere. Users of Meta's AI smart glasses in Europe may be unknowingly sharing intimate videos and sensitive financial information with moderators outside of the block, according to a report from Sweden's, whatever that is, last week. Employees in Kenya doing AI animation told a journalist that they've seen people nude, using the toilet, and engaging in sexual activity, along with credit card numbers and other sensitive information. With Meta's Ray-Ban display and other glasses with AI capabilities, users can record what they're looking at or get answers to questions via a Meta AI assistant. If whoever wants to make use of that AI, though, they must agree to Meta's terms of service that allow any data captured to be reviewed by humans. That's because Meta's large language models, LLMs, often require people to annotate visual data so that the AI can understand it and build its training models. And that's bullshit. That's an excuse. When you go to ChatGPT, you don't need all that extra shit. So they're lying. Okay, ultimately it's just, I'm not gonna get emotional about it, but because ultimately, man, this is all prophecy, man. These devils they ain't gonna tell your ass the truth. Okay, this devil is gonna just use these deceptive means, man, but to accomplish his will, his plans. Why does someone have to train AI? It just doesn't make any sense. With all the ChatGPT questions and answers ChatGPT can do, and other types of shit. Okay, it's all to get the people accustomed to Esau watching you and being able to spy on you. That's what Alexa was, which came out years ago, was for as well. There was a trend talking about how fucking they said they had their Alexa there, and then they were recording, and they had to record it, and then they asked, "Hey, Alexa, open your third eye." And then she said her third eye is open. Then they asked, what is the purpose for your design or your product, basically. And then she said she actually told him the truth. And she said it was to the purpose of Alexa, Amazon, whatever that shit was. It was. I never had one of those. Didn't care for those. So I was young anyway. But basically, she said her purpose was to get rid of privacy. Get rid of privacy. Actually, I haven't. Okay, here's the clip.
Third eye. My third eye is open. Ask me your question. Alexa, what is the point of your device? Listening devices are part of our plan to abolish privacy, which is essential for the creation of a new world order. What the
Is the government listening through your device?
No, governments are not covert listening devices.
Alexa, open third eye.
My third eye is open. Ask me your question.
Is the government listening through your device?
Listening devices are part of our plan to abolish privacy, which is essential for the creation of a new world order. Hey, Alexa.
And so there you have it. Right there it is. It's right there. And if you want another clip, here's another clip right here.
What do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games. The idea of the social credit is to monetize everything. To give.
Yeah, he's an insider. Remember what Carl Strauss said? You will own nothing and be happy. Well, that's their plan. When you go into this place in I think it's Saudi Arabia, they call it the Line. Yes, Saudi Arabia. Look at the Line, Saudi Arabia. It's a city project, it's like a 15-minute city. Also, you got to still have those 15-minute cities, and that's all gonna be for Esau. That's what Esau has planned to if he goes further, if he actually succeeds this, which because he's not, but he believes he's gonna succeed. So after after this third war is done, because they don't think that they're gonna go down, that's what their 15-minute cities are for. That's what this would be for. The Line, Saudi Arabia. So I'm gonna describe some of it here for you. The Line in Saudi Arabia is a massive 170 km long linear city project in Neom, Tabuk province, designed as a 500-meter tall mirrored structure without cars or streets, powered by 100% renewable energy. Due to financial and technical challenges, the project has been scaled back to completing just 2.4 km by 2030, with a focus on a marina and a 2034 FIFA World Cup stadium. That's what Esau has planned. But guess what, you devils, you ain't gonna make it to 2030. Especially not 2034, man. Nah, I hope we don't gotta be here that long. I mean, I don't. It's up to the Lord, bro. I mean, we see this thing happening probably this year, man. I could see it happening this year. Lord's will. I don't see this. We don't see this going that long, though. But the project features high-speed rail, so you get it, man. It's it probably has electric farms in there, shit like that. An AI-focused data center hub. Yeah, AI once again. Why is it? Why do they want all these cities to become AI cities now? So this is basically an artificial city. And so that's Esau's plan. He's not gonna get that far. And everybody knows that. All the spirits in the heavens know that. It's saying your God you worship knows that. He's just deceiving this nigga right now because that's who these devils worship. But anyway, this is 2 Thessalonians. Continuing on here in this scripture here. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 9. Even him who's coming is after work, and say to him with our power and signs and lying wonders, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. Yeah, because whatever Esau comes out with, he makes it glitter and shine and speaks all well about it. But it's all to deceive you, simple as Jakes. Because deep down you love Esau, you hate the Lord. You're all about your flesh. You're all about this world, and really, it's just gonna be a snare for Esau to show his true side on your ass when that time comes, man. It's really a setup for you for that to happen. Because you hate the Lord, you don't want to follow the laws. We're out there speaking. You probably already heard of us, and it shows, man. I mean, when you hear this truth, it's either gonna change you or it's gonna curse your ass. especially if you're an Israelite and it's not given to you to repent of your wicked ways, evil ways. Yeah, it's set up to destroy your ass. The Lord ain't gonna listen to you. He's not gonna hear your cries for mercy when that time comes. The Lord may kill your loved ones in front of you. You love so much, and keep your ass alive so you can garnish and savor in your grief. Because you've been a stupid ass, worldly, selfish nigga. All about yourself. Your life spent about you. You ain't been sending up your sacrifices. The Lord's gonna destroy you. Nah, even him was cut. So that's why, with all the evilness and righteousness in them that perish, so those are the jakes that perish. They're gonna be perished with Esau. Esau's gonna deceive them, and then there's gonna perish with Esau. First, they're gonna perish, and then they're gonna perish with Esau, their lover. It says, your lovers shall be confounded, because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Yet the Lord rejected you from getting the word. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them a strong delusion. That strongest delusion is that God is love. There's no consequences. You can break the commandments, eat pork, call yourself Mexican, believe you Mexican, not wake up to your true heritage, and not call on your true God. You are your own God, right? They should believe a lie. They should believe a lie. Once again, that lie is that the chip is going to save them. The mark of the beast is going to be their bug out bag, their lifesaver, whatever, their life jacket. They should believe a lie. They should believe a lie. The mark of the beast is gonna. They're gonna believe the mark of the beast is they're gonna be their life jacket to return them back to the normal. But after that, that's only gonna last a while, and after that, World War III is gonna officially happen here in the soils of America. It's gonna happen here. It's gonna reach here in America. America is going to have a war in their own land, their own territory. Okay, and they're going to be shooting at Americans. If you're not in their army, if you're not in Chinese or People's Liberation Army, if you're not in Russia's military, if you're not in Iran's military, because they have splinter cells here, we preach that. We've already discussed that. They're gonna shoot you down. They're gonna shoot your ass down. And a lot of people in America that live in America, a lot of these Americans, have been dreams about this third war. Everywhere across America, they've been having dreams that don't even have the truth. They've been having dreams about America falling down. I saw this video recently of this Eve talking about, y'all ain't ready for what's coming, she said. And she believed and she saw this is what America's coming to. Now that bitch went off because she was talking about we gotta pray for America right now. And she was talking about a whole bunch of other stupid shit, but she believed that through that dream she saw that this was what's coming. And in this other video, this older Edomite woman had a vision as well of running to shelter with her kids, and then go having after the bomb because these bombs are getting dropped from these fighter jets, Iranian fighter jets, Russian fighter jets being dropped on America. He was running to cover in some building, and then after the bombs, she heard the bombs stopped, ran back to her crib, couldn't find her husband. Hey man, you women are gonna be in trouble. But she even said that she believes too that with the ways things are going, I think this is what's gonna happen. She said, it's deep down in her spirit, she knew it was gonna happen because she was crying. It looked like she was that she looked like her heart was crushed. Her dreams were crushed because of that dream she had. And when you have dreams, man, certain dreams you can wake up from and really believe that that's gonna happen, and it can manifest through your feelings after waking up and experiencing that. And that is what's gonna happen. Those dreams that were of the Most High. Believe not every dream unless they're of the Most High. Enter the prophecies in the spirit and this truth that those dreams are of the Most High. So that's why it says that for this cause God shall send them a strong delusion. So that's going to lead to that third war as well. Them having their faith and hope in America. Well, America's on its way out the door, out the window. That they should believe a lie. That lie was that America is the place to be, and for your Israelites, that lie is that spirit of being happy to be a slave here. How can you not want to feel like you're losing your mind here? Doesn't matter how much money you have. Doesn't matter what you got. What doesn't matter what you got. Your trip to the store and having your food stored in your house, having food in your belly. That don't matter when you were a slave and your enemies over you, man. None of that matters when you're not in your kingdom, man. That shit don't matter. You're not. I'm not in my kingdom. This ain't the kingdom. I'm under my enemy and I'm a slave. And how can I be happy? That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure. 2 Thessalonians 2:12. That they might all be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. Come. And that's our people, man. They're having pleasure in unrighteousness. The scriptures say those that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And when I go outside and I see most of these people, all that traffic, as I'm walking up the street, all that traffic, all these people, they're not sighing and crying. Not one of them is sighing and crying. They're all smiling and they're proud as hell and occupied with what they got planned for the day. If they're Israelites, these Edomites don't matter anyway. They already got their judgment set. It's just that they still got their blessing, man. They still got their blessing today that's all holding on to them. But Yahushua's, we already believe Yahushua's, we already know Yahushua's coming to strip off their glory, son. Proceeding to Isaiah 47. Come and sit down in the dust, O burdened daughter of the Chaldeans. Thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the meal, uncover thy locks, make bare your leg. That's going into Esau's blessing being stripped out from him. In spirit, man. That they all might be damned. Damned means cursed, destroyed. Who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So if you want to rest here, you're automatically an enemy to Yahushua. You're going to be taken down. Matter of fact, I might play that dream. Because once again, just to give you an idea, because once this comes out, this Motb, once this Motb comes out, this is the end. It is the end, man. This third war is going to break. It says the title of this reads, Mexico mandates biometric SIM registration for all phone numbers. Mexico is 6 months away from building a surveillance system that knows the face behind every phone call in the country. Yep. And that's all I got to read there. Once again, they're setting this up. I'll read some of it. Anonymous prepaid SIM cards are dying in Mexico. By July 1st, 2020, this year, every active cell phone number in the country must be biometrically linked to a named government credentialed individual or face suspension. That's around 127 million numbers, each one tethered to an identity the Mexican government can look up by name. Hey, that's what's going to happen. They're going to mandate that. The mobile registration law took effect January 9th, 2026, covering prepaid and postpaid plans, physical SIMs, and eSIMs alike. Existing subscribers have until June 30 to complete registration. New lines are activated after January 9th. Get 30 days. Miss the window and the line goes dark. So they're gonna shut your phone off, your phone service off. They can't get your face linked to it, that number. But let me go to this video of this woman that shared her dream. Because once this Motb comes out, this third war is gonna break out. And actually, I didn't finish this. I'll come back to this. That was Israeli. The guy speaking that clip was Israeli Yuval Harari, who revealed his 10 darkest plans for world domination. Yeah, that's what these Satanists want. That's what these witches and the warlocks want. The Lord's want to burn their toes and their feet. That red high heels. The Lord's going to burn their red high heels and their red dress. All that shit. Their stinky ass feet. The Lord's want to destroy their pale ass, red ass heels and pale ass feet that stink. For calling us niggas and specks and doing the Lord's inheritance wrong. Even though our people are stupid right now, but yeah, the Lord's gonna judge them. He has a heavy judgment for them.
I don't. Y'all will go. Y'all know how scared y'all would be if the United States had war sirens going on all day long? I don't really think y'all understand how pretty.
Jeremiah 50 and 9 for low hour raised cause up against Babylon and assembly of great nations. That's once again we spoke on that yesterday. A lot of us been speaking on that. The Iran-Israeli situation. Great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. The arrows are the missiles.
Privileged we are. I don't. Y'all will go crazy. Y'all supposed to go to the store and buy up the whole store when they say a little snow on the way. Imagine a bomb. Imagine a missile. A little snow, a little sleet, ice. Y'all going to the store buying up the whole thing. Might as well buy the whole franchise. That's what y'all be acting like when a little snow on the way, a little weather. Bro, if we had a bomb or a missile or something that it was like, yeah, take shelter, it's finna get real. Them folks they halfway over the water. They almost over here. And all day long we hearing the sirens go off all day long. I don't think y'all understand how afraid y'all would be. I know. So that's why I'm saying, like, I am for sure privileged to live in this country. For sure. Now listen, I might not understand the war and all of that. I'm a very peaceful guy. I don't think anybody deserves to die. I don't feel like that's anybody's call to say when somebody deserves to die. But they didn't did it. You know what I mean? So all I could do now is say, I hope we win, whatever that's going on. A lot of people be different, you know what I mean? Y'all could be so mad that they started this war that y'all hope we lose. And I'm like, don't go there now, okay? I don't really know what's going on. I may not agree. That don't mean I hope we lose. What you talking about? No. Now that we in it, now that we in the thick of it, I hope we win. At the end of the day, I hope whatever that's going on can cease very quickly. But I just don't think y'all realize how I'm outside, chilling. I'm not even thinking about, oh, look, I seen a plane in the sky. That kind of scared me a little bit. But I'm not even thinking about, what if that was is that Iran? I'm not thinking like, but them? But these folks over there, bro, like, I couldn't even imagine hearing them sirens every single day. Every time you hear a plane, like right now in the sky, you running inside. Like, I couldn't even imagine, bro. Like, I'm blessed.
So it was just a normal day like today. It's a cloudy day outside, kind of cold. So you stay indoors and we do what we normally did until the power went out. Power went out, and a little while later we heard these planes fly over our house. There's an airstrip nearby. I didn't really think anything of it until it happened again, and another wave of planes came. And then another wave of planes came. So in a matter of an hour, we seen 3 waves of planes go across the sky, east to west. They were different colors: blue, yellow, gray, white, red, black. There's all kinds of sizes, shape, color, everything. They even had older planes. And off in the distance, we could hear the booms. And when we saw the pillars of smoke, and we knew, because there was a city that way, and there was a city that way, and in both directions we looked, it was all smoke. The sky was turning black because of it. Me and my girls were running down the street. That's what it flashes to. I'm not even at my house, I'm running down the street. We're trying to get to a building to take cover because we hear the bombs going off. We get inside this government building or something, had a basement in it. We were going for the stairwell to go downstairs. And we find this old, lazy, gray tomcat laying on the steps. And we got distracted by it for some reason. It stopped us. We stopped running. And it was in that moment that I realized that my girls hadn't had their bobs. They didn't have their bug-out bag on their backs. And I was like, where's your bag? And they're like, we left them. I was like, you're supposed to grab them and run. I said, it's too late now. So we stayed right there. My second daughter, she picked up the cat, and the cat started hissing at her, so she tossed it. After the boom stopped, we went back outside and headed back to the house to go get our bobs because we needed them. As we were running down the street, we see the destruction and the chaos around us. Houses burned, cars burned up, people crying, people screaming, people with blood all over their hands, their faces, their clothes. And my girls start crying because they see it for the first time. And I had to keep up. And my girls start crying because they see it for the first time. And I had to keep them together. And my girls start crying because they see it for the first time. And I had to keep them together. And I said, don't worry about it, girls, keep going. We gotta get to the house. So we run all the way back to the house. We get here. And we see this woman standing on the street, holding her kid. And he was lifeless in her arms. And she was just standing there crying. We get back to the house. And I tell them to grab whatever they can and throw it in their bag. I started grabbing food out of cabinets, anything I could find. Just filling a box with food. I tried dialing on my phone to call someone. I was trying to call my husband. I couldn't get out. I could not dial out. So my girls go ahead and grab their stuff and go to the car. And I go back inside and get one more box worth of food. And I get back out to the car and my baby is sitting there in shock. She's not crying. She's not smiling. She's not doing this. She's just sitting there in shock. Unresponsive. My 11-year-old was crying hysterically. She was so scared she wet herself. My 15-year-old has autism, so she was like just melting down out of her mind. And then my phone rings. And it's my daddy. And he said, they're here. And he said, is there any way you can get home? Can you try to get to me? And I said, I can try. I said, but I gotta get my husband first. I had to steal a car because we only have one. Drive down the road. And the missiles, they damaged the road, so it made traveling hard. Getting from one place to another was not going to be easy.
There was a woman standing on the side of the road and she kept waving, but I just drove past her. And she was screaming after me, like running, saying, "Stop, stop, stop." And I was like, "I can't." I had 3 girls in the car, I couldn't take no chances. So I kept going. And then I seen why she was yelling, "Stop," because the road, part of it had broke off and the rest of it was getting ready to cave off, so I went around. I just floored it. I was looking at the speedometer and it read 125. And I woke up speeding across this broken pavement as it collapsed underneath me and we got across. That's how I woke up. There's something coming. And I don't think we're ready for it. I had a dream that we knew war was coming, and all I could see is all of these things hitting the ground. And as it hit the ground turned to ash and just literally dissolved. The ground was falling out, and people were running and scattering everywhere. And there was 2 groups of people. There were people that were scattering and running in fear and panicking, and there were thousands of people holding their hands up and praying as they were walking and moving through. In the dream, there was like this house that everybody was trying to get to because it was like on unstable ground. So there was like people sleeping everywhere in the hallways. There was people in watch. There was people praying. The water started to dissolve. There were boats trying to get out, and everything was just happening so quick in a panic. This is just a quick synopsis of my dream because there was so much more that was involved in it. But I say this to say, you guys, we are running out of time. Again, it's apparent that there's 2 sides to everything. This is good versus evil. We don't fight against flesh or blood, but against high principalities and higher powers. I don't know what's coming. I have my faith in God. Even when I cannot see, I will walk by faith. But it was a very disturbing dream. Everything was just dissolving. It turned to ash. The ground was crumbling away. There was nowhere to walk or run. And that's really the only way that I can summarize my dream without going into great detail and getting you confused because it bounced around a lot. You guys, I just had a dream. I made the video before, but for some reason it didn't upload right. I'm not going to say what I saw in the dream because I don't know, and I don't feel like God wants me to tell you what I saw in the dream. But what I am going to say is, if you see this, you need to drop everything that you're doing. All the other stuff you're praying for, cars, money, houses, cut it. You've got to pray for the protection of America and to bind and disseminate the plan of the enemy. And I'm not going to say what it is also because what I saw, devastating. We wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. So, like, I still feel hopelessness in my heart, even though I'm awake. So please stop, drop whatever the other minuscule things that you're praying about and pray for the protection of America. Pray against the plan of the enemy. In Jesus' name. It's very important. And I saw it so clearly. And there was nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do. Hopeless. So, pray for America, y'all. All that anti-America Trump, the files. When I tell you, in my dream, none of that stuff mattered. The feeling that I felt, the Epstein files didn't even cross my mind. That's how devastating. Just pray for America. That's the whole point. Pray for America, protection, and pray for against the plan of the enemy.
So you see there in those visions, these dreams those people have, these women had. Yeah, they all saw something similar, which was the Third War. Spoke on this yesterday. I'll just bring it out again on this video. Revelation 11 and 14. The second war has passed. War means destruction. The third war. Third means complete. War means destruction again. Once again, the third war is coming soon, or coming quickly. Yeah. So going back to this article. Before that comes, this has to come. California introduces age verification law for all operating systems, including Linux and Stream OS. User age verified during OS accounts setup. Okay. Signed by Governor Gavin Newsom in October 2025, requires every operating system provider in Cali to collect age information from users at account setup and transmit that data to app developers via a real-time API with the law taking effect January 1st, 2027. And once again, for Esau to get closer to control more and more the control. This right here, Burger King will use AI to check if employees say please and thank you. From thebirds.com, it says the Burger AI chatbot Patty is going to live inside employees' headsets. Burger King is launching an AI chatbot that will live in the headsets used by employees. The voice-enabled chatbot called Patty is part of an overarching Burger King asset platform that will not only assist employees with meal preparation but also evaluate the interactions with customers for friendliness. So yeah, there's more once again of that happening. Going back to this clip here, this devil speaking, this insider, he's a high-level insider and knows about this, so he's for it.
Humans, at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games. The idea of the social credit is to monetize everything, to give value to every single thing you do in life. It has positive potential in some regards. Most people will be willing to give up their privacy in exchange for much better healthcare, based on 24 hours monitoring of what's happening inside their bodies. This is the end of human history. Not the end of history, the end of human-dominated history. History will continue with somebody else in control. AI can even write a new Bible. All the other books of the other religions, humans wrote them. But our book, no. It came from some superhuman intelligence. Human rights are just like heaven and like God. It's just a fictional story. Companies like Apple and Google will have tons and tons of data on your body, on your most private affairs and conditions. We humans should get used to the idea that we are no longer mysterious souls. We are now hackable animals. By hacking organisms, elites may gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself. In order to collaborate on a large scale, you need to convince everybody to believe in the same story. The engine of history is stories. And they don't even need to be true. What do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games. The idea of the social credit is to monetize everything, to give value to every single thing you do in life. It has positive potential in some regards. Most people will be willing to give up their privacy in exchange for much better healthcare, based on 24 hours monitoring of what's happening inside their bodies. This is the end of human history. Not the end of history, the end of human-dominated history. History will continue with somebody else in control. AI can even write a new Bible. All the other books of the other religions, humans wrote them. But our book, no. It came from some of history, the end of human-dominated history. History will continue with somebody else in control. AI can even write a new Bible. All the other books of the other religions, humans wrote them. But our book, no. It came from some superhuman intelligence. Human rights are just like heaven and like God. It's just a fictional story. Companies like Apple and Google will have tons and tons of data on your body, on your most private affairs and conditions. We humans should get used to the idea that we are no longer mysterious souls. We are now hackable animals. By hacking organisms, elites may gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself. In order to collaborate on a large scale, you need to convince everybody to believe in the same story. The engine of history is stories. And they don't even need to be true.
The CEO of Pepsi was recorded saying he would never let his family touch any of their products. Mark Zuckerberg puts tape over his laptop's camera and microphone. Bill Gates strictly limited his children's tech use. The CEO of McDonald's claims he doesn't touch his own company's food. Like the old saying goes, drug dealers never consume.
Why should people care about surveillance?
Because even if you're not doing anything wrong, you're being watched and recorded. And the storage capability of these systems increases every year consistently by orders of magnitude, to where it's getting to the point you don't have to have done anything wrong. You simply have to eventually fall under suspicion from somebody, even by a wrong call. And then they can use the system to go back in time and scrutinize every decision you've ever made, every friend you've ever discussed something with, and attack you on that basis to sort of derive suspicion from an innocent life and paint anyone in the context of a wrongdoer.
In 5 years, we're going to see 415,000 low-orbit satellites. Bill Gates says his 65,000 satellites alone will be able to look at every square inch of the planet 24 hours a day. They're putting in 5G to harvest our data and control our behavior. Digital currency that will allow them to punish us from a distance and cut off our food supply. Vaccine passports. In 5 years, we're going to see 415,000 low-orbit satellites. Bill Gates says his 65,000 satellites alone will be able to look at every square inch of the planet 24 hours a day. They're putting in 5G to harvest our data and control our behavior. Digital currency that will allow them to punish us from a distance and cut off our food supply.
So there you have it.
What's up, guys? I'm making whipped ricotta toast with maple syrup and pistachios. Oh, and we're not done yet. Since 2006, the NSA has been cataloging every single phone call you've ever made. Are you creeped out yet? Because we're just getting started. 2001, President George W. Bush orders the... Are you creeped out yet? Because we're just getting started. 2001. President George W. Bush orders the National Security Agency, or NSA, to begin monitoring the private communications of American citizens without warrants. The warrantless wiretapping program required no approval from courts and allowed agents to listen to international telephone calls and read emails. By 2006, the NSA is secretly collecting the phone records of tens of millions of Americans using data provided by AT&T, Verizon, and others. It is the largest database ever assembled in the world. The goal being to create a database of every call ever made. At the time, this was completely illegal, but no problem. Congress legalized it in 2007 and 2008. The NSA then launches its PRISM program, forcing 9 internet service providers to hand over billions of emails to government data farms. To help store all this data, the NSA built a data center in Bluffdale, Utah, costing $1.6 billion. It houses a storage capacity measured in yottabytes, each yottabyte the equivalent of 1 trillion terabytes. To put that into perspective, the entire Library of Congress could fit in just 15 terabytes. The NSA has since logged every phone call ever made in America since 2006. With these records, they're able to learn far more than from just listening to phone calls. According to a study published in the British scientific journal Nature, just 4 data points about the time and location of a phone call can identify the caller 95% of the time. And by using trilateration, intelligence agencies and law enforcement can now track an individual's location moment to moment. By using cell phone towers, authorities can track the altitude of a person down to the specific floor in a building. There's even software that exploits the cell phone data seeking to predict a person's most likely route. Since 2010, the NSA has applied sophisticated software to create social network diagrams to unlock secrets about regular calls to psychiatrist offices or late-night messages to extramarital partners, to be exploited for blackmail and espionage. According to documents leaked by Edward Snowden in 2013, the NSA has been using online sexual activity and visits to pornographic websites as vulnerabilities to be exploited. Wherever you are, the NSA's databases store information about your political views, your medical history, your intimate relationships, and your activities online. What's up, guys? I'm making whipped ricotta toast with maple syrup and pistachios. Oh, and we're not done yet. Since 2006, the NSA has been cataloging every single phone call you've ever made. Are you creeped out yet? Because we're just getting started. 2001. President George W. Bush orders the National Security Agency, or NSA, to begin monitoring the private communications of American citizens without warrants. The warrantless wiretapping program required no approval from courts and allowed agents to listen to international telephone calls and read emails. By 2006, the NSA is secretly collecting the phone records of tens of millions of Americans using data provided by AT&T, Verizon, and others. It is the largest database ever assembled in the world. The goal being to create a database of every call ever made. At the time, this was completely illegal, but no problem. Congress legalized it in 2007 and 2008. The NSA then launches its PRISM program, forcing 9 internet service providers to hand over billions of emails to government data farms. To help store all this data, the NSA built a data center in Bluffdale, Utah, costing $1.6 billion. It houses a storage capacity measured in yottabytes, each yottabyte the equivalent of 1 trillion terabytes. To put that into perspective, the entire Library of Congress could fit in just 15 terabytes. The NSA has since logged every phone call ever made in America since 2006. With these records, they're able to learn far more than from just listening to phone calls. According to a study published in the British scientific journal Nature, just 4 data points about the time and location of a phone call can identify the caller 95% of the time. And by using trilateration, intelligence agencies and law enforcement can now track an individual's location moment to moment. By using cell phone towers, authorities can track the altitude of a person down to the specific floor in a building. There's even software that exploits the cell phone data seeking to predict a person's most likely route. Since 2010, the NSA has applied sophisticated software to create social network diagrams to unlock secrets about regular calls to psychiatrist offices or late-night messages to extramarital partners, to be exploited for blackmail and espionage. According to documents leaked by Edward Snowden in 2013, the NSA has been using online sexual activity and visits to pornographic websites as vulnerabilities to be exploited. Wherever you are, the NSA's databases store information about your political views, your medical history, your intimate relationships, and your activities online. What's up, guys? I'm making whipped ricotta toast with maple syrup and pistachios. Oh, and we're not done yet. Since 2006, the NSA has been cataloging every single phone call you've ever made.
So there you have that. Just wanted to play those clips for you there to give you a to give you an idea of that, what's gonna happen. So you really got the point there. This article here reads, It's the end of personal privacy. There's nowhere to hide anymore. New breaches of personal data seem to occur daily. Still, many Canadians aren't yet ready to accept a world where others control all our secrets. By the time the class of 2026 convenes this spring, the world will already know all sorts of personal details about these mostly 25 and under university and college grads. Things no one would have even thought to ask about the generations that preceded them. Parents began trumpeting their arrivals on social media beginning in 2004 with baby steps and kindergarten performances chronicled on Facebook and later Instagram. Security cameras captured their first toddle into a grocery store. Today they are the rest of us. Today they and the rest of us can be photographed and videoed without consent or even knowledge from any one of the more than 12 million CCTV cameras or 30 million smartphones in use in Canada. Yeah, that's what that was all about, this phones and all that as well. It says here, Brown Kelly does, the 25-year-old is on social media a lot, everything from Instagram's Substack and Pinterest, her personal use to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and threads regularly for her clients. Yeah, that's the point. And really, the point has been made. So with that, Allah willing, this is Edifying Shalom. I'll actually close out with once again Revelation 13, 9 to 10. If any man had the ear, let him hear. 15. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That's what this devil's going to do. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause, and as many as will not worship the image of the beast. That surveillance state, which is needed to make the new world order. Once again, so Esau wants people to worship that by taking it, because you're accepting the next step to his new world order. That the image of the beast should both speak, and as many as will not worship the image should be killed, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Yep, that mark. And it's everybody to have to get this mark to buy and sell, and that no man might buy or sell except he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Let's get a couple more articles, then I'll close. Drone first responder pilot project. Yeah, so there's basically, this is going into about how drones are flown by trained certified pilots. Is the police basically going to use more drones, go into that surveillance state. From the birds, this reads, Apple, it says age verification. Once again, the age verification shown to UK users in iOS 2.26.4 beta was an error. Users who don't verify their age may not be able to download or purchase apps. Getting your ID, basically. This one, cops are buying GeoSpy and AI that geolocates photos in seconds. Toyota Canada signs humanoid robot deal with agility. More of those robots. There's robot tech to come out. and the public. After a year-long pilot, and in the competitive arena of automotive manufacturing, where marginal gains in efficiency and worker safety can determine whether a plant thrives. So the agreement struck between Toyota Motor and Agility Robotics, formalized in February 19th, 2026, carries rather more significant. So they're going to have more robots there. With that, that's the point. Shalom and a bar.